Yeah, we had a short break. Now we got a little road trip here and starting with Vegas. Vegas has really played well as of late. They've really got their offense going. So hopefully, we'll have a really good game defensively against them.
Carl, you brought a sort of a special brand of basketball to Atlanta with your system, but I think it's a system that the entire league has been adopting, sort of, or adapting to since Becky came in the league, that up-tempo, a lot, embracing the three. Um, Offense wins ball games where you hear defense wins, but, and I had asked you this on Zoom earlier this season, how you felt the team was sort of embracing that for the first month or 6 weeks. But now coming out of the break, refreshed, re-energized, how do you feel the team after seeing a warm-up, shoot around, ready to, finish the second half of the season with this system?
I think we're ready to get started. We had the break and uh, we're looking forward to the second half. We obviously are starting with a tough road trip, but I think the players are eager to learn. I think, as you mentioned, it's kind of a different system for them with me coming to Atlanta, but it's something that is growing in the whole league. More and more teams are kind of adopting a similar style because it is more efficient. And, you have to be able to adapt to that. And then once everybody adapts, you have to find other ways to find little advantages so that you can, steal some games against some good teams.
I feel like I've heard so many good things about you since Kirsten Bell came into the league, and things that college players learned from you. I'm curious, in your first season, what you learned in coaching players like Alicia Gray, Brittany Griner, Ian Howard, what you've taken from the pros?
Well, I think you can learn a lot by watching great players, how they get things done. And then, for me, it's learning what they're best at and what they feel most comfortable with and helping them get to that situation as often as possible, giving them a little bit of freedom, to work to, get opportunities in the ways that they want, but are also an advantage to the team. So our players have been great to work with. That's been a real highlight of this transition is, how they go about their work. But I still think as a team, we have a lot of improvement that we can make. So that's the exciting part. We had a pretty good first half, but we feel like, there's a lot of room for growth there as players become more comfortable playing with each other and playing within the system.
Hey, Coach. Not too long ago, Brittany Griner scored her first double-double this season. How have you seen her adapt to your system and still be effective, especially on the offensive end, and being able to, coexist with the rest of the team and like I said, your system?
Well, BG is a dominant force inside. I mean, when she gets catches close to the basket, she's just really, really hard to guard. And her footwork in the post is exceptional. I mean, she's a Hall of Fame talent. And we have another all-star post in Bree Jones. So working the two together and having them be successful working as a tandem, and then it gives us a chance to always have a dominant post out there when we do sub.
Thank you. Good. Carl, if I could ask about one more player, I think sometimes gets lost in the shuffle. The players that we brought up, you bring up Breezy. Jordan Canada is a special talent at both ends of the floor and in the huddle, off the court, in the locker room. Can you just talk about her presence?
Yeah, JC has been great. She was someone that in the preseason, like I always knew she was a really good player, but in the preseason, she was just outstanding. And then, unfortunately, 30 seconds in the first exhibition game, she got hurt. And then when she came back, we kind of already had some things going, and she maybe struggled a little bit for a couple games figuring out, well, how do I fit into this now? Uh, and, she's just a really smart player. She learned, hey, these are my opportunities within this offense. Uh, I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to take advantage of it. And I think really the last, 8, 9 games, she's played at an all-star level. So, she's a point guard. She's really smart. She's really competitive. She's going to throw her body around. She's going to defend as hard as she possibly can. She's going to push it in transition. And she's somebody we also look to to settle us down when we need it. She calls plays on her own that she thinks will work. And, she's just a really talented and really good player who is now, the last 8 to 10 games, probably playing the best basketball of her career. So hopefully the second half continues like the end of the first half.
We'll jump to Zoom. Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Hey, Coach, just look like you're a little refreshed right now. Nice haircut. I see what you got going, but
I think I just combed it. I don't even
Okay.
remember the last haircut, but
all right. Thinking about the game like tonight with the Aces. They're still one of the most dangerous teams in the league. What are you looking to do tonight defensively, just as you mentioned, to go against a team like the Aces tonight?
yeah, well, you're right. They have a lot of weapons. One, I think you have to slow them down in transition. If they're getting behind you in transition or getting open threes in transition, I think you're going to have a tough time beating them. And then, they have, with Asia, she's just being super aggressive now. And she's put together some amazing games last week before the break. Uh, I don't think you're going to shut anybody like that down. She's just too good, but you're hoping to limit the easy one that she gets. You want her to have to earn every single basket and make it as tough as possible. And, obviously, she has some great players surrounding her as well. And, you have to know when you can help and when you need to take away the shooters. And I don't think anybody can stop them just playing one-on-one basketball. I think your team has to know when to help and when not to help. And I think you have to be really smart defensively if you're going to make them inefficient.
And we'll finish up with Megan. Megan, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, good to see you after the break. Wanted to ask you about, is there anything specifically that you can point to that might be an X factor tonight to help the Dream get a win?
Man, I think it's hard to predict X factors ahead of time. Those are one of those things that after the game's over, you're like, wow, that player really came in. They had big minutes and they made a major contribution to us winning. For us, we're at our best when we get good production off the bench. So, whoever, everybody's going to get an opportunity tonight to get in. And, whenever we have a really good performance or two off the bench, we're one of the better teams in the league. And fortunately for us, we've had a lot of great performances off the bench. But, this will be one where we definitely need to be able to go to our bench, and they're going to have to contribute if we're hoping to keep up with Vegas.
Awesome. Thank you for your time, everyone.
Thank you, guys.